Hello everyone, warm welcome to Testbook Super Coaching. My name is Madhav Arora. I welcome you all in a very important session, and that too in a very important series which is named as Basics of Finance. As you all know that we have started this series where I'm trying to discuss each and every important concept of finance with you one by one in a correct order so that you can understand the entire story behind the financial structure of the nation as well as at the global level. And with this basic understanding, you will get a chance to understand the financial news in a better manner. So without any further ado, let's start the discussion. And today in our discussion, we will be talking about a very important topic, that is digital banking. Now the first point is, sir, what do you understand by the word digital banking? See, whenever we use this word digital banking, and generally it is being confused by the students with the term that is cashless banking. I would like to make this point clear with you. Whenever we talk about banking, we classify the term banking as cashless banking. If I say cashless banking, it basically means that you are performing the banking operations. You are performing the banking operations without cash. You are performing the banking operations without cash. Now, in this particular case, the moment I say cashless banking, in the cashless banking, what you need to understand is the first thing, cashless banking is divided into two categories. The first one, we call it as instrumental banking. First one, we call it as instrumental banking. And second one, we call it as instrumentless banking. Second one, we call it as instrumentless banking. Now the question is, what is the difference between the two? Sir, instrumental banking, as the name suggests, it is a type of banking in which the transactions or the banking transactions are done with the help of banking instruments such as check, demand draft, or we have plastic currency. And in case of plastic currency, we have debit card, credit card, and many more. Debit card, credit card, and many more. On the other side, if I talk about instrumentless banking, it's a type of banking in which transactions are done without any banking instrument. Without any banking instrument means the transaction or banking transfers, banking payments can be done with the help of internet. And if you are making the transactions with the help of internet, that is known as online banking. And if the transactions are done, without internet but with the help of mobile phone, I'm not talking about smartphone, I'm just talking about normal mobile phone. And in case of normal cell phone, if the transactions are done and in those transactions you are not using the internet, rather you are using the services provided by your service provider in order to make the transactions, that will be termed as mobile banking. Now the question is, what is the benefit of digital banking? The first benefit is it is easier in terms of customer can enjoy all the banking services at one stop itself rather than going to the branch again and again. And it obviously help us to safeguard shoe leather cost, that is opportunity cost, which is involved in terms of reaching to the bank's branch again and again. It's not only beneficial for the customer, it is beneficial for the banks as well, because it is cost effective. Obviously, in order to set up the digital banking sector or the entire network and the other, I would say, requirements which were there to initiate the process of digital banking was quite costly. But once it is set up, now it's a cost effective way of providing the services to the public, unlike physical banking, which means if you are reaching to the bank branch, at the moment you're reaching to the bank's branch, bank expenditure on that per transactions which you are enjoying while reaching to the bank branch is costlier in comparison to the transactions or the services provided to you on the digital mode, or on the online mode. Got it? So next time if someone asks you what is digital banking, you can answer it pretty well. Second is, what is the benefits? Or it is beneficial for the customers, it is beneficial for the public. customer as well as it is beneficial for the banks in terms of cost effective model. If I talk about the examples, sir, digital banking includes the example of mobile banking, internet banking, then we have plastic currency and many more which are being used in order to make the transactions. So as I have already discussed with you, internet banking as well as mobile banking. Now, here comes a very important concept which is termed as CBS, Core Banking Solution. I don't know how many of you are aware of this term, but you need to understand this term very carefully. See, whenever you approach to a bank's branch in order to deposit funds in your bank account, the moment you reach to the bank branch, the individual, I would say the service provider, the bank official who is providing you the services, what he or she do? So on her computer, he or she opens up your account and he or she accept cash from you and update that amount on the computer. And the moment this amount is updated on the computer, you are standing in the branch and you will receive an SMS that yes, your account has been credited with the given amount. But have you ever given a thought, how is it possible? He or she is crediting the account into your bank amount into your bank account, but you get the acknowledgement pretty soon, or I would say in real time you are getting this acknowledgement. It is possible because every bank branch directly or indirectly is connected to the bank server, and on the bank server information, or I would say the account information is stored. On the bank server, account information is stored. So the moment you reach to the bank and the bank official enters the account number, because of this particular network, they can access, because of this network, they can access the account information on the server and make the required changes. In order to provide a uniform medium, a software is used. I call it as basically this is a combination of hardware and software, where we are using a software which will help us to access the account, update the account, and the moment account information is updated, that update will be updated on the server as well, which means the moment you have deposited 10,000 rupees, this bank individual, the moment they have written that yes, 10,000 has been credited, the way they are writing or typing that 10,000 and they press enter, in the real time information is transferred to the server and your account is credited or your account is updated, and the moment your account is updated, you receive a text. So this combination of software and hardware, or I would say this basic networking which is used in a bank, which allows not only intra-bank transactions but also inter-bank transactions settlements in real time, is basically termed as core banking solution, where the word CORE stands for centralized online real-time exchange. What is it? So it is centralized online real-time exchange, which means the information is now exchanged in real time. The information is updated in real time, and once the information is updated real time, now you can access your account anywhere, anytime, and with the help of that access facility, you can enjoy the banking services. So I would say without CBS, it's impossible to use your debit cards, ATMs. Without CBS, it is impossible to use internet banking or mobile banking. So the base of cashless banking or digital banking is none other than CBS. So every bank, they have their own CBS, but generally they try to use same kind of software so that they can interact in interbank transactions as well. So TCS has developed that networking software which is termed as BankCS. Infosys has developed one of the software which is known as Finacle. And if I talk about RBI, sir, RBI is also working in the same manner. RBI has many regional offices where the RBI data is retrieved at the time of requirement. So RBI also offers you a centralized system where information is updated in real time and all the services are provided in real time. That system is known as eCubear in case of RBI. So if someone asks you what is the name of CBS, or name the RBI CBS, then your answer would be core banking solution of RBI is eCubear, where all the real time transactions are done. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone, till this point? Okay. Now let's move to the next point. What does the next point say? So the next point is different types of transactions which can be done electronically with the help of internet. Before I jump on this, I would try to discuss with you a term that is EFT. EFT stands for electronic fund transfer. What does electronic fund transfer means? Sir, electronic fund transfer means when from your bank account amount is debited and it is credited into another bank account without involving cash flow. Which means if you want to deposit the funds in this account, you can get the cash and you can take the cash in the individual's bank branch and deposit it into the bank account, but without involving the cash flow. When the transfer is done from account to account, or when the transfer is done in a digital mode, that kind of transaction is known as electronic fund transfer. Now, in order to enjoy the electronic fund transfer, there are different methods. The first method we have is NEFT, which stands for National Electronic Fund Transfer. National Electronic Fund Transfer and RTGS, they are on one side and IMPS is on the other side. I will be explaining you that. In case of NEFT, National Electronic Fund Transfer, you must have gone through with n number of things which have been written on the screen and you are aware. But have you ever given a thought how actually NEFT happens? Please pay attention. Let's suppose I'm talking about a bank branch. Okay. Now, this is the bank branch of State Bank of India and I have an account in State Bank of India. So the moment I have an account in State Bank of India, I took a check from my account and I asked State Bank of India to transfer these funds to one of my known, and his account is in ICICI Bank. So in this case, this account holder, this is the receiver's account. This is the receiver's account and this is the receiver's bank. This is the sender's bank and this is the sender's account. Now, how practically the transaction is done? Try to understand this point. So first of all, the moment you give the check, SBI branch will withdraw the funds from your account. That means the debit from your account will be done. The amount debited from your account will be credited into the ICICI bank account holder. The question is how this transaction is done. Basically, what is the case? SBI will debit the funds from your account and SBI will share a financial message, and in that financial message, ICICI will receive a message where SBI is saying that from our customer wants to transfer the funds so and so into your account, and we acknowledge you that we have received the funds. The moment ICICI received the message, ICICI will itself credit the amount into your account. And sends an acknowledgement that yes sir, the amount has been credited. And later on, these two banks, they will make interbank settlements. They make interbank transaction settlements. So this is how the interbank transactions are done. So in case of this interbank transaction, do we have a mediator? That is very important to understand. Sir, do we have a mediator? Then I would say in this case, IMPS and NEFT, we don't have any external mediator. The mediators which are involved, they are involved like the clearing houses, which are basically involved to make the settlement of the interbank transactions. Now, in case of NEFT, in case of NEFT, transactions are not settled down on real-time basis, which means the moment you raise the request, to your bank, the bank will raise the request further, and now this request will be entertained. It may take 5-10 minutes, it may even take 6 hours. Because in this case, transactions are done in batches. For, let's say, the duration of a batch is 30 minutes. So in 30 minutes, all the NEFT requests which bank is going to receive, bank will put them into a queue, first come first serve types, and after 30 minutes, the moment window is open, bank will be initiating the process of transfer. Bank will be initiating the process of financial messages, settlement and all. If all the settlements are done, it's fine. If any settlement is not done, then it will be copied for the next batch. So in a day, we have how many batches? 48 batches, because this is a service of 24/7. That means 24/7 you can enjoy this particular service. What is the minimum limit, sir? In case of NEFT, minimum limit is 0+, and maximum limit is, there is no limit. It depends on your account and the services offered by your bank. But as I said, it is not real-time settlement, it is deferred net settlement. Deferred means transaction settlement will be done in near future. It won't be done in real time. So that is basically NEFT. But in case of RTGS, things are a bit different. In case of RTGS, funds will be transferred and the amount will be credited into the receiver's account in real time. Real time means the time which is actually taken to transfer the information, that will be the actual time which results in reflection of amount credited into the receiver's account, and this is basically RTGS. In case of RTGS, there is a minimum limit that is of 2 lakhs. It is also a service which is 24/7, and it is offered by, or it is managed by RBI along with NEFT. Remember one thing, it's a real-time settlement, but it is a settlement which can be termed as deferred net settlement, where one-to-one fund transfer is done. And in case of one-to-one fund transfer, there could be a delay because the transfer is done in a future settlement procedure, which is settled down in batches. In case of NEFT as well as RTGS, it's a service which is provided by your bank, so it is a chargeable service, and charges are charged by the sender's bank on the sender's account. Now these charges, they can be different from bank to bank, but yes, there is a particular range which has been fixed, and almost all the banks, they are charging the same charges depending upon the amount, but those charges are not important for you. There is no need to memorize those charges because you are not going for bank exams, you are going for RBI examination. Next point is, in case of RTGS and NEFT, there is one more difference which is very important to understand. In case of NEFT, whenever the transaction is done, in that particular case, there can be a delay, and delay can be of up to 2 hours. But in case of RTGS, maximum delay can be of up to 2 hours, not more than that, as per the RBI guidelines. But if it is more than that, then you can challenge the bank or the entire banking system for that particular delay. But generally, if that delay happens, they give you a genuine reason and you have to accept it. Nothing else can be done. Now, if I want to transfer the funds from one individual to another, I need to reach out to that particular account specifically. So remember that if I am a sender and I want to send funds to one of my friend, obviously he will become the receiver. So whenever you send a letter to your friend and you want the receiver to receive it, first of all, you will write down the name. Then you will write down the house number, you will write down the locality name, then you will write down the city name, you will write down the state name, so that your letter should reach to your friend. That's what you do. That is how we write the address. In a similar manner, in case of bank, if you are transferring the funds from one bank account to another, in that particular case, you will write down the name, and then you will write down the account number. Now, the next point is locality, city, state. This is done with the help of a code. We call it as Indian Financial System Code, which is 11 alphanumeric code, where the first 4 digits, they represents the bank. From the first 4 codes, we identify the bank. Fifth one is by default 0. And the next 6 digits, they identify the bank branch. They identify the bank's branch. Actually, first 3 codes, they identify the city, and second and last 3, they identify the branch. So with the help of IFS code, you can transfer the funds only with the help of account number, because if you have given the account number, then we know the city, we know the locality, and we know the country or state where the letter is need to be posted or where the funds is need to be transferred. So first 4, they have bank name, and last 6 characters, they indicates the bank branch, and with the help of this IFS code, fund transfer is completed. Got it? The next point. So the next point we have is that is NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India. So National Payment Corporation of India was established in 2008 under Companies Act 1956, and NPCI is basically an umbrella organization for all the retail transactions which are done in the country. It was set up by RBI as well as Indian Bank Association. Remember that its headquarters is in Mumbai, and NPCI gives us, or the services or the products or the services offered by NPCI includes IMPS. It includes IMPS. Then along with IMPS, it includes Aadhaar enabled payment services. It includes mobile banking. It includes mobile banking, national. Whenever we use NPCI, there is a term that is known as NACH, National Automated Clearinghouse, that is also operated under NPCI. The National Common Mobility Card is also the services which are offered by NPCI. So this is the organization which has given us the service of UPI, and since 2016, digital transaction world has been changed by NPCI by developing UPI itself. Now the question is, so what is UPI? What is IMPS? How UPI and IMPS are related? If they are related, what is the relationship? If you want to know more, I will be coming up with more discussions on the same in the next session. So in this session, NEFT, RTGS, NPCI and IFS code, I hope it's clear to you. I will be discussing the left out part in the upcoming sessions to go. Thank you so much for joining. We'll catch you in the upcoming sessions to go. Hope each and every point which we have discussed is clear, and for the very first time you have visualized how these banking transactions are practically done. Thank you guys. Catch you in the next session. Bye bye. Take care, and don't forget to hit the like button and share the link of this session with your friends.